All right, so let's do that again. Hi there, my name is Samantha Barley. This is Bad Guru Nightly, and you're watching Bad Guru not here. He was back there. This is Peter Hartman. I did it much better before, guys, when the volume wasn't on. So
We're going to call 2021 second take. Hey there, my name is Peter Hartman. You're watching Bad Guru Nightly, and I am Bad Guru. This show is meant to serve as a reminder that your attention matters. You see, what we give our attention to becomes a greater part of our experience. We shape our reality with the power of our attention. So it's important to be deliberate. And I am so glad you decided to give me some of your attention here. Tonight, we'll be celebrating New Year's Eve. Happy New Year. Not yet. Happy New Year. Jumping the gun there, but Happy New Year. It's kind of weird to say, huh? Happy New Year. Almost at the end of 2020, almost sounds like an insult because we're heading into 2021. I'm not sure what you're thinking is going to be happening in the new year. I don't think it's going to be just as hard as 2020, all right? Maybe. Fingers crossed. Vaccine is out. Who knows? Happy New Year. Sounds like rough. It sounds like you're whistling past the graveyard. It sounds like you're going into an ICU unit, an intensive care unit, terminal care unit at a hospital. You walk into one of those rooms in one of those areas. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Isn't it great to be alive? People are like, hey, in this room we don't say good morning. We just say morning. All right? All right? Just say morning. It's not good for everybody. So Happy New Year. Feels like a little weird thing to say, but I want it to be happy regardless. Look, if we're going to crash, if I wake up tomorrow morning and they tell us a meteorite is on its way to Earth, it will be an extinction level event. Everybody is doomed. I'm still going to go, let's party, let's celebrate till the end, right? Right? Because if it's going to go bad, why do you got to feel bad, right? The funniest thing I ever learned is that as a motivational speaker and a personal empowerment teacher is that people they don't just feel sad. They feel sad about feeling sad. They don't just feel bad, they feel bad about feeling bad. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm not feeling so good today. Why is that? Something wrong? No, I just been bummed out for a while. So you're bummed out about being bummed out? Yeah, just wish I wasn't bummed out. I'm bummed out about being bummed out. I was bummed out yesterday. I'll probably be bummed out tomorrow. And you're like, why? You feel bad about feeling bad? Come on, man. Come on, just feel bad. So I'm going to be happy despite the doom. And we're going to have a fun time here. New Year's Eve special. We got Samantha Barley, life coach extraordinaire, who's going to be chatting with us, talking with us about how to approach 2021, how to approach the next year, the following year, what she's got on her mind, what she's thinking about. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun chatting. And then Bad Guru, I will be back here after that doing some stand-up comedy, okay? I'm not going to keep you here all night. Don't worry about it. I know it's been a little long so far, but I'm not going to keep you here all night. But I got some stand-up comedy to end out the year for you folks. So, despite the inherent insult of the phrase, Happy New Year, almost, and let's get on to the rest of the show. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. If you didn't know that, you can go over to youtube.com/happyforchange and click like and subscribe, hit that little bell so that you know when I go live. Also over on facebook.com/happyforchange, do the same gosh darn thing. And if you haven't already, join the Happy for a Change audience. We got big things coming. Facebook.com/happyforachange. Bad Guru Nightly starts now.
all right, so let's do that again. Hi there, my name is Samantha Barley. This is Bad Guru Nightly, and you're watching Bad Guru not here. He was back there. This is Peter Hartman. I did it much better before, guys, when the volume wasn't on. So
we're going to call 2021 second take, okay? I say, instead of calling the next year 2021, let's just do 2020 repeat. Right? Let's just remix it. Let's just do 2020 right.
2020 the second.
Exactly. Because look, the reboot. You know what I mean?
That's right. The reboot.
Because look, when in February we get an extra day in February. So we play around with the calendar in order to fit our own.
Sometimes we get an extra day.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't. There's something going.
Yeah, every 4 years. But if we could do that, why can't we just say, look, if we all just agree that the next year coming will just also be 2020 extended or something, Who's going to stop us? Is there going to be some other planet going, hey, you're out of sync with our calendars?
Yeah, I like it.
I think a lot of people are going, no, I don't want to redo
2020 vision, guys. 2020 vision.
Thank you so much for watching the show.
Thank you for being here.
David, Junior, Tom, Melissa, Heather, everybody who's watching.
Xander.
Xander, if you're out there watching, thank you so much for watching this. Is it past your bedtime? Are they letting you stay up past your bedtime to watch this? Ah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Glad we started the show late so you can stay up late. I don't know what his bedtime is. It's probably, 9 o'clock? I don't know.
No,
Kids.
He's a little older, right? He's the oldest.
He's the oldest. Yeah. He's the wisest. He's the coolest. Don't let the other ones know.
Yeah.
All right.
They don't watch you. It's just him. You're too, old. And wise. Old and wise for the youngins,
Okay, you say.
I was gonna say glow sticks for tonight. We were gonna play.
She's saying glow sticks because we use glow sticks. We have fun with glow sticks.
We put glow sticks on, right?
It. But
Turn off the lights. But Peter was like, no, that's too young. And I was like, what? You look old. I look... These are just streaks that I put in at the hairdresser. These are not natural. These are hairdresser streaks.
No, these were put in by God.
Yeah, yours.
Directly
not mine,
installed
though,
into
right?
our scalp.
I'm much younger.
Hey, we both have gray hair, okay? What are you leaving me out here to hang? You're gonna pretend that you dye your hair gray, but my hair's naturally gray while insulting me? I'm not taking this crap. I'm not taking this crap in 2021. I'm not going into the new year being pummeled and abused by you.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay. No.
I'll be good.
Wait, did I just ruin were you trying to lie to everybody and then I just kind of spoiled your game? I don't think anybody cares. You look like Rogue. I love it. You look like a superhero.
Oh, no, I love it too.
Yeah.
They did a great job at the hairdresser.
I gotta write things on cards because I have a bad what'd you call it? I have a bad memory. Happy New Year! It's about to happen. Look, we're not gonna be here to count down with you, but 10, 9, fast forward 3, 2.
I said we're gonna be here 4 hours.
No, we're not gonna be here 4 hours.
Okay.
We're not gonna be here 4 hours.
Okay.
Happy New Year, folks. So we made it
Happy
through.
New Year.
Almost. Some people are not gonna make it through this year. Some people, are having too good of a time out there. You ever been outside drinking?
Oh
Wait, nobody's outside drinking. Nobody's outside. I keep thinking people are outside having a festive time. Are they? I don't know. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing at home?
The hooligans who are not supposed to be. Hooligans.
I want to be a
Wait,
hooligan.
how old am I?
Old enough to know the word hooligan and
So
to use it in a sentence.
there are definitely hooligans out there with their glow sticks, right?
All right. Happy New Year, folks.
Happy New Year.
I'm glad that you're here.
Thank you so much for
sharing
watching.
with us.
We made it. We were supposed to be on at 7 tonight, I said.
Yeah.
Yep.
7, so we're about on time. We're about on time. Technical difficulties and all, but it's fun.
It is fun.
So you're looking forward to 2021?
I am looking forward to it. So 2020 was a strange year, right? We'll talk about it a little bit, you and I.
Sure.
2020. We talked about it in the Christmas episode.
Sam likes to sort of reminisce and look at the past.
No, not
I like
long.
To look at the future.
I like looking at the past just long enough to know what I effed up and where I need to improve and where I am going, right?
Get your S together, man. So
I effed up some, right? I wasn't as productive as I could have been, but the pandemic, right? Like that's what you just.
It's a little unfair because I remember at the beginning of this whole thing, you kept thinking, okay, it'll be 2 weeks, it'll be a month, it'll be 2 months, it'll be by May. So you kind of was like always in this sort of holding pattern, right? You're in this holding pattern, waiting to land, waiting to get things going, trying to figure out.
Well, even now it's very strange still with the whole lockdown again and everything. But yeah, so the way I'm sort of looking at it is, like we all probably are this time of year, thinking about what the year was like. And when we think about this year, it's absolutely the pandemic. It's absolutely like changes, not being able to do the things you want to do, see the people you want to see. So for myself, it was definitely less productive than I would hope to be. But I look at it just for a moment. I wasn't as productive. I want to be more productive. So that's where I am now. Definitely was not a bad year. It was a year of reflection, I find, of really thinking about what I want, where I want to go. I think a lot of us, with everything that was going on, you really look at your priorities and what's important and who you want to be with and where you want to live. And so even ourselves, we're thinking of a lot of things for the future. We're thinking of leaving the city. Don't know what's going to happen. It's up in the air.
We're not the only ones, right? There's been this trend
Yeah.
because of the pandemic. People realizing, hey, I don't got to live in the city. I don't got to work in an office. I can move out and do other things, telecommute, telepresence. And so we're exploring that.
Yep.
You know, look, does it hurt to know that living in the city takes 10 years off your life?
Every time he says that, it's so terrible. I'm like, let me always wear a mask, right? Why are we not always wearing N95s? Oh,
We got
most of the
noise
time now,
pollution,
yeah.
we got the air pollution, you got the whole thing. City living takes 10 years off your life on average. It doesn't mean that every single person is going to lose 10 years. It's just that some of us are going to lose 100 years and some of us are going to lose one. Look,
Yeah, so I'll go back on track. So 2020, looking at 2020, did some good things, did a lot of reflecting, had a lot of sessions with clients, which was very interesting considering everything going on, hearing about everything, supporting people through that. Yeah, and so 2021, I was about to say 2020, the reboot.
let's get that going.
What's it gonna be, right?
Hashtag 2020 reboot.
So I want people to really, like, as we normally do, look at the year, but don't stay there. Like, if it wasn't good for you, like if it didn't feel good, if there was a lot of turmoil and everything going on, don't stay there much longer. Just look at it long enough to feel like, okay, there, could have improved, there, I did really well. Because even if it didn't feel like a great year, there was definitely things that you can pick out that were positive, right? That moved you forward or that made things more clear, what you don't want. So you now know where to go. So let's sort of push it aside after having reflected a little bit. How long do you reflect?
Forever? I don't know. How do you measure forever in minutes? You know, I think about things that happened when I was.
Oh boy.
I remember a conversation I had like when I was 20, 21 years old, and I keep thinking, I'm like, oh, why did I say that stupid thing?
Oh
like
gosh,
it's still
you're
in my
one
head.
of those.
But I mean, I like to entertain them. Like it doesn't hurt me.
Yeah.
Hurts me a little.
But
it's useful.
But the thing is, you're not somebody who stays there
No.
and continues to feel bad and then, sits on the couch and eats potato chips for 6 months, right? Yeah.
Potato chips.
Yeah, potato chips are good.
I haven't eaten potato chips. I don't think in the whole
I had
year
a
of
bag of
2020.
potato chips last week and it was fantastic.
It was a small bag.
It was a normal sized bag, but I ate it.
I wanted her to say it was a normal sized bag. I just squeezed it out of it. She could have lied. She could be like, Peter trying to save my butt.
It was funny. I was in the kitchen looking at my bag of potato chips and my vegan chocolate cake, and I was like, wow, past Sam.
I forgot to take out. I'm sorry. I just remembered the cheesecake.
Oh, yeah. You forgot to take out my dessert. Great.
Should I go do that now?
Past Sam wanted cheesecake. No, so let me finish what I was saying.
I got distracted.
This is what it's like, ADHD, Mr. Here. It's all right. It's good.
Something
it's
shiny.
funny. It's
Ooh.
funny, right? So, yeah, I was in my kitchen looking at my bag of potato chips, chocolate cake, thinking about how past Sam didn't make the best decision
Buying them?
buying them, but then how present Sam was pretty pleased that they were there.
Why? Because she ate them, or she could exercise her willpower to not engage?
Because they were there to eat in the very near future, where future Sam was enjoying them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, did you enjoy them? That's the
I
question.
did enjoy them.
That came out real smooth, real quick, real sharp.
So it was very funny because I was thinking of past Sam, present Sam enjoying them, future Sam being like, oh, I don't feel so great, but it was worth it, right?
Look, if you're
But
going to
yeah,
do that stuff, enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. So I look at stuff from the past and say, oh, wasn't so great. But then I enjoy the present that I'm in, and then I move forward and say, okay, well, what choice am I going to make now? I'm definitely not going to be the Sam who's making the potato chips and chocolate cake for dinner every night, right? So that's my story about the potato chips. It was going to be better. It was on track.
Did I derail it? No, I like that. It's really important. One of the things that people look, we're talking about self-help, personal development.
Yeah.
One of the things that we kind of have to fight against when people come and talk to us is how critical they can be over their negative behavior, right? It's not just that people do something that's not good, then they pile onto it by being extra critical on top of it.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons it's fun for us to elaborate on our failings,
Yeah.
our missteps or whatever, where we didn't live up to our own standards, is that we can make fun of it, and you can kind of just talk about it and be like, hey, look, this happened. You know, I remember one time you told me you were having a conversation with a group of people and who knew me, and they were like, you know, Peter gets mad, and they were like, what?
Okay, Peter got mad at something. They're like, Peter gets mad?
Peter gets mad? I'm like, uh-oh, are we creating a false impression of what a human being is supposed to be like?
That's right.
No, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So however your 2020,
Like, he doesn't dress like this every day.
Look, this is my daily thing. I woke up like this.
But yeah, absolutely. So it's definitely like, so when I say my year wasn't as productive, it's because there was, can I say the S word? No. Shoot. There was shoot.
You can swear if you want. I don't do it.
No, let's not. Let's not and say we did.
Xander's watching.
Let's not and say we did. We did, huh?
We did it.
We did.
Oh, we swore a storm up on this show. We were effing and essing all over the place.
That sounds terrible.
It sounds worse than the actual swear words. Effing and essing and up in your A. Okay, no. I'm Bad Guru's coming out. Bad Guru's coming out.
Yeah. Oh, Mom likes the chips and cake thing. Uh-oh. This is supposed to be a inspirational, motivational. I don't want you to start the year like, I'm going to have a bunch of chips and cake now.
Oh, because so she can eat chips and cake, but nobody else can eat chips and cake. You go ahead and you do whatever the hell you want. The question you have to ask yourself is...
And then you ask yourself, do I want to do this again tomorrow? Yeah. Do I want to do it again the next day, the next day, the next day? It's really about habit. So, okay, so what I actually wanted to talk a little bit about today was starting new habits. So for the new year, I saw a yoga channel that I work out to. So I do yoga on a regular basis daily. I do yoga with Adrienne. So I do, you know, she does YouTube videos, she posts them online, and she's having a 30-day yoga challenge that starts tomorrow, actually. So anybody who's interested in yoga, or even if you're sort of new to it, if you want to begin, we can do that together. I posted it on Facebook. Feel free to comment.
So this is a yoga...
Yeah, so it's yoga online, and she has millions of followers now. It's been years that she started a channel, and it's going to be a 30-day challenge where every day you do the video at the same time. Well, no, it doesn't have to be the same time, but the same video that everybody from around the world is watching. So like she has people all over the world. There's an app, you can comment, you can motivate each other, you can stay inspired. I messaged a couple of friends. At least one of them said yes, they're going to do it with me. So that's very fun. It's very inspiring. Oh, actually, my mom also said she was going to do it with me. So that's fun too. So the new year, like, when you think of the new year, it's really about daily choices. It's not about, okay, now 2021 is going to be the year. It's going to be the change. It's fun to get a little bit excited about that sometimes. Like, okay, I'm really going to put all my effort in. But when it comes down to it, it's like day-to-day efforts, right? It's moment-to-moment efforts. And like when I'm talking to clients or, you know, dealing with myself, I really try and emphasize that it's like one moment after another, you have to choose again. And so what are you choosing on a regular basis? And when you start a new year, it's a good time to say, okay, I'm going to do something for 30 days, right? I'm going to do this thing for 30 days because people say it takes about 3 weeks to a month to create a new habit. So starting with something like yoga, I've been doing yoga every day now for many months. However, the last couple of months since the winter came and is like gloomy and stuff, I've been doing it every day, but some days I only do 5 minutes. Whereas I was doing 30 minutes, I was doing 25 minutes, I was doing 40 minutes. And lately I'm lower energy and it's taking more for me to like get up and get out, get out of bed and go right to the yoga mat because that's like one of the first things I do. So it's taking more from me. And then when I saw the challenge, I was like, okay, on the challenge, they're mostly like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. And so it's going to get me to get back into the habit of doing it more regularly, pushing myself, committing to something that matters to me, you know? So I think that when we're thinking of the future, it's what am I going to do every day, right? Try and choose something that you can do every day. And for everybody, it's different, right? For some people, it's, I have to drink a little bit more water, right? I need to drink a little bit more water to feel better in my body. Some people, it's, I'm going to do 2 hours of running or, you know, like 5 hours of work video like Peter does and stuff like
meditating or me, I sometimes I do a few minutes of practicing some magic tricks. I tried to do a magic trick on air yesterday and it just totally failed. So I got to practice some more. Speaking of failure, actually, just before that, Joanne says, I can't get a mat until Sunday.
Saturday. That's fine.
Saturday.
That's fine. You can try doing some of the, poses that aren't on the ground for.
Yeah.
Whatever, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
So when it comes to
That's great. But that's great that you're getting one Saturday. That's soon. What day are we today? Thursday.
Today's Thursday.
That's very soon.
Yeah. So one of the things about challenges, a 30-day challenge, is like, hey, what happens when I miss a day?
Yeah, exactly. So the person, one of my friends who I was talking to, she has a difficulty with feeling guilty if she doesn't finish something or complete something. And I completely get that, because when our past self made the decision to say, I'm going to do this thing, like we really wanted to, right? Like we were like, I'm committed, I can do it, right? You had all the motivation, you felt inspired. But then like the other moment happens in the future. That's the thing, is like, it's every single moment there's a choice. Sounds like bad guru.
How was your day?
How was your day? How was your day? Every single moment there's a choice.
It's important.
And so, yeah, she was talking about that sort of feeling of guilt. And to not feel guilty, it really is a choice. It's like this conversation that you want to have with yourself. And I myself regularly feel guilty, but then I catch myself putting myself down or saying, oh, I didn't do this thing, it's bad, I'm not so good, I should have, and right, the should word, feeling that guilt. And what we have to do is sort of take a step back from ourselves, see ourselves talking about guilt, feeling bad, and saying, wait a second, is this actually going to make me motivated? Is this going to make me feel inspired? Is this going to make me feel good about myself and want to move forward? Or is the feeling of guilt going to make me sort of crumble and fall into myself and just sit on the couch and eat the potato chips and the cake,
Well, guilt is kind of like a spice, talking about food. It's like, you certainly don't want to be the type of person who never feels guilt.
That's right.
It doesn't do anything to you. Guilt is information.
Because then you're never going to move forward if you don't feel the negative emotions.
But it's just that when putting a little salt on your food might be good. It might even be good for you, but you'll load that thing up with salt and then suddenly it's no longer good. Yeah. Guilt is kind of the similar thing. A sprinkle of guilt, right? You just want a pinch of guilt in order to remind you of what really matters, gives you the sting of yesterday, and then you move on.
That's right. And so the thing is, it's about moving on, right? So say somebody starts this yoga challenge or any other challenge. Like I really encourage you to, like if you're not going to want to do the yoga challenge, do maybe the meditation challenge of 30 days, the next 30 days, or the drinking of the water, or the playing of the cards, whatever. Like choose something if you want to.
Don't play the cards. That's my thing. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Junior is saying, Joanne, it's okay. I do yoga on the sofa. Many poses like the lazy bum and the couch potato. Way to sneak that in. I did not see that one coming. That's good. Heather says, love yoga with Adrian. Did I say
There's actually, Yoga with Adrian actually has like a sofa one or something like that. So look into it, Mom.
Heather says, love yoga with Adrian. The book Tiny Habits is great.
Nice.
That's cool. I can't say Adrian. I just assumed.
No.
Is she not French?
Texas. Yeah, the Texas tea.
Adrian.
Texas tea.
To me, I always think that's a man's name. Adrian.
She spelt it wrong, I think. That's why. It's an E. Okay, let's move on.
No, let's talk about this some more. Tiny Habits. Do you know this book, Tiny Habits?
No, I don't.
I haven't seen that. Tiny Habits. I believe the key to change is habits, right? Small actions over time creates change. And if you want anything to change in your life, you got to figure out what habits to add to your life, what habits to remove from your life, and what habits to modify from your life. That's it. That's your only game. All right. That's how you create. That's my pitch.
Good. And, so hold on. I was like in a train of thought there. So let me it's sort of. It's going away a little bit here. I'll bring it back. Okay. So I was here and I was saying guilt. So if you feel guilty, it's okay, right? This 30-day challenge is what we were saying. So imagine you don't do it one day or you really don't feel like doing it. In that moment, you have a choice, right? Like you have a choice to say, do I want to continue with the 30-day challenge today or do I not? And like you get to decide. Like there's nothing wrong with saying I don't want to do it today and I'm going to go and do this other thing instead. And you can choose to, still be productive with your day if you want. Like if there's things that matter to you, you can say I'm not going to be doing yoga, but I'm going to be going for a walk, right? Like you get to sort of decide where you put your energy. And there's nothing wrong with also, I didn't do it, I ate potato chips, I feel bad. There's nothing wrong with you saying, okay, I didn't like that because I would have felt better probably if I did the yoga. But now, what am I going to do this next moment? What am I going to do this next moment? Okay, well, I'm going to do anything productive. I'm going to do anything that feels good to me, that moves me forward. That's the best way to sort of let go of the guilt, is like, I get to be better in this moment. I get to choose something good for me now. And the other moment is gone. It's done. I'm somebody who, for so long, I held on to that guilt and that putting myself down. And I still struggle with that, but I am so much better at like, okay, move forward. Okay. But it takes effort. Like it actually takes effort. But the more you do it, the better it becomes, the easier it becomes to shift, So it's okay if you don't do the challenge.
I think, yeah, definitely. And I think it really takes an unwillingness to stew, an unwillingness. It's not only that you want to be willing to change and be willing to do the good thing. You have to be unwilling to stay in your muck, right? To stay in the dark, to stay in that negative space. Yeah. And I feel like some people, they don't really get that, right? There's the willpower to do something, but then you also want to have this sort of you want to kind of feel like a disdain, a sort of a kind of disgust with staying in the dark, with staying in your misery, so that you kind of move yourself forward. Because I'm surprised by the number of people I meet who seem perfectly willing to beat themselves up. It's not just that they beat themselves up. They're willing to do it. They're willing participants. Yeah. They get some type of satisfaction
You get used to that feeling and feeling bad, and then it also gives you an excuse not to do the difficult thing. Like that's for myself, that was the habits that I was in, is it sort of kept me just sort of blah, and then I didn't have the motivation to do the thing, and it was like, meh, whatever. Like you just sort of give up, and then you like watch TV and forget about it.
And then tomorrow you're like, I'm not going to do it today because I didn't do it yesterday.
Yeah, but then it's such a negative spiral. It just brings you down. So if you're somebody who's at all interested in feeling better and feeling more inspired, you want to like cut it out as quickly as possible. Sort of snap yourself out of it. Like take a step back, get out of like this trance, because that's sort of how it can feel to me sometimes, is like this trance of negativity.
Trance is a very powerful word. Yeah, that's true. Heather Boyd says Tiny Habits is by BJ Fogg. Now, yes. That's a really cool name. Makes my name feel like crap, Peter Hartman. BJ Fogg.
Bad Guru, though. Bad Guru is pretty cool.
He's a monster. Nobody should listen to him. Samantha, really nice to talk to you about the self-help. You're getting our head on our shoulders, getting our head on right, approaching the new year. I think it's very important to have a conversation like this. Thank you for everybody who's watching. I wanted to talk a little bit about the year to come, right?
Absolutely.
About the year to come from other perspectives. I mean, you're talking about a year to come in terms of the challenge, your 30-day challenge. You're excited about, maybe moving and different decisions that you're making. Can I mention
Bitcoin?
You excited about that?
I'm excited about Bitcoin.
Look, if you're watching our channel, we talk about Bitcoin a lot. We're not going to dive into it here today.
Not too much, but there are videos already on Happy for a Change, Facebook and YouTube that Tom and Peter did. Tom Hartman, Peter Hartman.
But the reason I bring it up is that it's something you're excited about.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the first thing we do in the morning.
It is.
It used to be the first thing we message each other, like, "Hey."
Even now, I'm gonna go check.
Awake?
I'm gonna go check.
And now it's, "Hey, Bitcoin."
It's up.
And we're in this group where we keep talking about what the Bitcoin price is. That keeps going up. It's kind of nuts. Ooh. Yeah, nobody's gonna get to read
Nobody's
that.
Gonna see that.
It's in the green.
Look at that, going up, up,
Look at that. Look at that. That's in the last how long?
1 week.
1 week. Anyway, we won't dive into
6
it.
months.
But something to be excited about. Look, you could put $50, $100 into Bitcoin. You can get excited with us too. We're going to be talking more about it. We really see it as a great opportunity for people. If you don't know anything about it, definitely check out our videos and spend some time on YouTube.
And earlier today, Tom and Peter did a video.
That's right. We did a video earlier today on the live stream, and more will be coming soon. So definitely check that out. That's something super exciting.
My daddy says Bitcoin is working for him. Thank you, Sam and Peter.
There it says, Bitcoin is working for me. Thank you, Sam and Peter Hartman. Oh, thank you so much. That's really nice.
So much fun. I pressured this guy. Yeah. Get in, Daddy, get in.
You're the one who deserves the credit on that one. I just participated on the sidelines. Wonderful. So Samantha Barley is not just a life coach. She's Happy for Change's life coach, right? She's part of the Happy for Change team. She'll answer messages. She'll interact with you folks online. And one of the things she does is she helps us with creating the audience. The Happy for Change audience. In case you've forgotten, Happy for Change is about creating an audience, an online audience of people who are willful and deliberate, who care enough about the world to do something small in order to create some change. And we're going to use the power of social media in order to get that done. So if you want to join the audience, just go over to facebook.com/happy for change. Go to the group that's right there, the Happy for Change audience, the happy audience. And what we do is that we are going to use the power of the audience to give our attention to things, right? Do you know that when you watch a video, when you share something, when you like, when you tweet, all those things actually have an impact on the world. They actually make a difference. They do matter. And I know a lot of people are complaining about social media. It's like this terrible thing. Everybody's addicted to it. But by golly, it's here, and I say we use it to our advantage. So I'm not going to dive too much into that. We have videos about that online. You can check out my video, How to Change the World in 2 minutes. I think it's Change the World or Save the World.
Yep,
I forget.
save.
How to Save the World in 2 minutes, and you're going to check that out on our YouTube page at youtube.com/happyforchange. But we're creating an audience. So if you're interested and you're not already in the audience, definitely go ahead and jump in there. It's free. It's free. It only costs a little bit of your soul, but you're not using that anyway, right? Right? Are you using your whole soul? Come on. I'll just take a little bit of it. We'll do some great things with it. One of the things we're going to be doing in the new year is that I'm going to be talking about the Making Millionaire principle. Sam knows about it. I talk to her about it all the time.
All the time.
And it's really this idea. So not only can we use social media, and you can make people celebrities and famous and all that stuff. You can have viral videos. You can do all the good things. We can make a goddamn millionaire. All right?
Many millionaires.
As many as we want. Look, if we just get, let's say, 400,000 to a million, 400,000, let's say, $5 each, we can create a millionaire. And the only question is, who would you like to make a millionaire besides yourself and the people you're related to and your friends and your lovers and your children?
People are doing good things.
People are doing good things. I watched this video not too long ago. I think it was Diane who sent it to me. Diane GP, lovely woman, does these groove dances online. She sent me this video of a guy going up to people's houses, knocking on their door. You ask them, hey, how much do you pay for rent? I know it's a weird question, but how much do you pay for rent? And can somebody please tell me how to stop that from happening? So he's knocking on their door, and he asks them, hey, how much do you pay for rent? How much do you pay for rent? And they'll be like, oh, I don't know. I pay $2,000 for rent for my house. And they're like, okay. So he pulls out a wad of cash and just peels off $2,000, gives it to them. They're like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm just...
Imagine.
Just trying to help people out.
Yeah.
That's $2,000 for one person's month of rent. We could do that as many times as we want. And it only costs you $1 a pop. Okay? Have you ever spent $1 on a mobile game playing Candy Crush? Have you ever people spending all kinds of money to do that? We can spend our money.
So all we got to do is get the audience together. Get a huge audience on Happy for a Change. And then choose. Who do we make a millionaire?
And isn't it fun? Wouldn't it be fun to just be like, hey, who are we going to make a millionaire today? Who are we going to make a millionaire next week? So making millionaires is a principle that I have. It's just to reveal to people how much power we actually do have. Every single moment and every single day, you are engaged in an economy that uses your attention and your money in order to make millionaires and billionaires. You make the corporations, you make the big companies, you make the Facebooks and the YouTubes. You do that by participating. So we can take a little bit of that energy and we can direct that to where we will. And where will we? Actually, one of the first projects I want to do with the Making Millionaire principle is the Black Money Matters. Black Money Matters, we ultimately want to create an app, the Black Money Matters app. But Black Money Matters is, I want to get to the point where we can create a black millionaire every week. Think about that. Think about it. The news doesn't have to just be filled with the people who are being shot and killed and persecuted. It could also be filled with the people that we make millionaires. Every week, every goddamn week, we can make a black millionaire if we wanted to. And all it takes is enough people. Do you know how many people protested because of the George Floyd's protest, the Black Lives Matter protest in 2020? Guess. How many people you think protested in all of America, all of the United States, just the United States? How many people you think protested? 20 million people. $5 from each of them, you can get $100 million. You can make 100 millionaire if you want. You can make 100 millionaires if you want.
And that's just the amount of people that protested. There are so many other people who would support an idea like this.
Am I crazy?
He's not crazy.
Am I crazy?
It's a fantastic idea.
It's a great idea.
It's a fantastic idea.
We're going to do it. It's going to... Yeah, Maylise is right. 20 million. That's right. She got that right. She's talking to the right people. All right? 20 million people. Thank you, Maylise, for chiming in. Everybody's saying, this is a fun... You got to participate in the live show. Go to the chat. It's really fun here. Black money matters, right? And so we can start doing that. And then we change the conversation. People are starting to feel hope. Right? Black people feel like they're being supported. Look, I don't know what the truth is, okay? I'm not going to pretend I know what the truth is. I haven't read a single book on the topic, okay? Are black people being persecuted? Are the cops killing them? Is there white supremacy? Is racism everywhere? I don't care about any of that stuff. What I care about is that we pick a category of people, now it's going to be black folks, we start making them a millionaire. Why? It's going to create hope and optimism within that community. It's going to generate wealth and income for those people. We can give it to entrepreneurs and people who want to build jobs, can help families. But also, it will demonstrate to us just how much we can do outside of government. Outside of government, how much we can do. When we start with this and we can move on, there's so much that we can do when we start realizing we can do it on our own.
And outside of advertising too, right? Like Peter always would talk about McDonald's and how maybe they don't have the best burger. Maybe McDonald's doesn't have the best burger, but they are making tons and tons and tons of money because they pay so much in advertising and they get the eyeballs, right? So all we need is tons of eyeballs, tons of people who are willing to make a difference. No advertising, no money needs to go to pay for ads or anything like that. The money's just going to go to whoever we say, right? Whoever we all choose. And then we could do it again and again. And it doesn't always have to be $1 million either. That's what we're thinking.
That's right. David actually mentioned this in a comment in one of my live streams where he said, 50,000 is enough to change someone's life. You're dang right it is.
Yeah.
You're dang right it is. And so if we're a million of us who were willing to give $1 each time, well, that's $1 million. If we're the dollar, we could 50,000 for how many people we could give $50,000 to? How many lives could we change, right? Just think about that, and we don't have to wait. What you're really doing is, my mom taught me this, right? You collect the pennies, you see the change. Well, the world is filled with this change, just like sitting in people's couches, sitting in people's bank account, but we can start moving that around and aiming it to where we want to. Look, a nickel in your pocket might not be worth much, but all our nickels in a pocket, if we direct that to somewhere worthwhile, we can change people's lives, we can change the conversation, we can create hope and optimism for the future. Think about that. And I know you're thinking, oh, Peter, you haven't addressed all the issues. What about this? What about that? What about that? I've thought about it. Okay, I've been thinking about it for over a year now. I have all the details set out. Yes, we can give less than $1 million. Yes, we can give it to random people or choose who we give it to. We can give it to people, single mothers. We can give it to people who want us to create jobs. We can give whatever. It doesn't matter. There's so many things that we can do. But if you agree that we can get this done, that this within our power, that all it takes is what you got with your cell phone or your computer, how you're watching this right now. If you realize the power of that, go over to youtube.com/happyforchange and hit subscribe, or go over to facebook.com/happyforchange and join the Happy for Change audience.
That's what this is all about. That's why we're here.
We're gonna create great change. Look, I'm not just a pretty face, okay? She's not just a pretty face. We're gonna create some change, folks. Okay? We're gonna do that. We're gonna create change. We're gonna do yoga. We're gonna buy
change,
Bitcoin.
World change, money change.
Lots of fun things. So
lots of change.
Speaking about change, I've got to transform into Bad Guru. Going to be doing some stand-up comedy. But before I let you go, before I transform over, just in case some of you have to get going and spend some time with your loved ones on New Year's Eve, I want to thank you so much for giving me your attention. Thank you so much for participating with us. I do not take your attention for granted. Samantha does not take your attention for granted. We know how valuable it is. You're on the internet.
New Year's Eve, you're with us. It's so fun.
You chose to be here. I really, really appreciate it. There's nothing that I find more fun, and I think I can speak for Sam. Nothing I can find more fun than spending time with people like you. Maybe she wants chips and vegan cake, okay?
Well, I want the people here, but this will have to do.
This will have to do. And we're not going to let COVID keep us down. Even in this muck, even in this trauma, even in this chaos, we can actually do something great. In fact, this crisis, I believe, gives us more opportunity because more people are online now than ever before.
People are online. They're watching.
God, I'm so excited. Woo! Too excited. Thank you. Love you guys so much. I'm going to go do some comedy. I won't be able to see your comments anymore. David says, cash in all those pennies we can't use anymore. Yeah, you know, right? You know how much money, how many millions or billions of dollars is probably just like sitting under couches and stuff? Who knows?
Miley says, easy. I just listened to your post about videos. Haha.
That's how she knew.
She watched the video. It's great.
That's how she knew 20 million.
Great. I've heard it multiple times and I was still stuck with, how many is it?
Yeah, it took me a while to realize you didn't remember, but I mean, come on. The amount of things I've told you. Thank you. Thank you so much for spending this year with us. I was there at the beginning of the year, not so much in the middle, but I really appreciate your energy, your time, your attention. It really matters to me. I think about you folks all the time, and all I want to do is make the world better for you because it'll make it better for me. I'm purely selfish. What can I say? What can I say? It makes me happy when you're happy, but I do it for me.
And I just want to say I'm super happy to be here. I started doing some videos in the past. I've been slow going with videos, and so now I've committed to being on the show regularly. So regularly. So just if you haven't seen me in a while, feel free to message and say, "Where are you, Sam?" And I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming on."
And we read all.
I'm super happy. I'm super happy to be on the show more regularly, talking about life coaching stuff, inspiration, life, feeling inspired, talking about happy for a change, co-creating.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Looking
And if you have any questions or comments, we read all your comments and we will address them in the shows, just like we did in this show. So if you have any questions or comments, post them down below. Even if you're watching this after the fact, don't worry about it. We'd love to hear from you, and you help direct the show. You're a part of this experience.
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And happy for a change.
Yay.
Speaking of change, I'm going to go and become Bad Guru, and I'll see you guys in a moment. So excited to talk to you. I don't know what you heard before, but I'm going to try to repeat myself. Normally, I'm sitting in Peter's body and I'm doing the show, and it could just be me. Could just be me talking. Could just be me talking. But today I had Samantha there competing. I had to compete with her. Look at her. Look at her. What?
I'm here. I want to talk more, please.
You just revealed to people how short you are.
Oh, or how tall you are.
How tall I am.
I'll leave you.
I like to be the center of attention. Me. I grew up in a house with 5 other children, and I was a twin. So I was like doubly fighting for attention, right? Doubly fighting for attention. But that's just the way the world works for me. Happy New Year, folks. Really happy that you're here. I'm not going to keep you too much longer. Just got a few jokes I want to talk to you about. I don't know. I look outside of my window, and there's a couple that moved in not too long ago. They're young. They're young people. They don't look older than 23, 24 years old. And in the summer, they'd sit on their outdoors in their outdoor area, and they're just smoking cigarettes, just smoking up a storm. And I thought, I wonder how they were smoking a lot, very often. I was like, oh, that's sad. I was like, I wonder how that's going to be in the wintertime. Wintertime has come. They were out there huddled, smoking cigarettes out in the cold. And I think to myself, what is that? Young people smoking? Oh, what year is it? Young people smoking. How sad is that? Okay? Don't they know? Young people these days are very conscientious. They care about the environment. They care about their fellow man. They care about women and marginalized communities. And apparently some of them still smoking cigarettes. How is that still a thing? You know who I like to see smoking cigarettes? Old people. Yeah. I think if you're like 85 years old, go ahead, smoke. Come on, man. You made it. You made it. What are you waiting for? Huh? You're waiting to smoke in heaven? Come on, light it up. Take a smoke, okay? If you made it to old age, I say have at it. What people are going to say, oh, you're going to die. You're going to die. Yeah. Okay, and if I don't smoke, that will also be true. Okay, so I'm gonna light them up. I actually think I'm actually really proud when I see old people smoking. You know, especially when it's somebody who's like smoked their whole life or something. I'm like, wow, you really made it. You made it. You smoked those death sticks and you made it. Oh man, I just want to fist bump them. You know, well, not these days. These days, I just want to bow because of COVID. Congratulations, sir. You've made it. Yes, good. I don't know. I was just looking out my window. I saw young people smoking. It kind of made me feel like, what the hell? What is that? 2020, just one more thing. All right. One of the things I'm really appreciative of, if you've watched me any length of time, you know I talk about my mom too much. I really love her. She's really fantastic. I never had a single moment with my mother where I didn't feel absolutely loved and cared for by her. She's absolutely fantastic. But sometimes I look back at my life and I think, you know, you look back at your life from an adult perspective and you look back, at what your mother said or did. You're like, that was interesting. Well, that was interesting. And there's some things that are like good, and there's some things that are like bad, very clearly bad, but there's some things that are kind of like in a gray space, right? Kind of in between, like, My mom, growing up, my mom would tuck me into bed, and she'd sing this little lullaby to me, this little rhyme to me. And we'd both sing it, right? She'd say, "Now I lay me down to sleep." Tell me if you've heard this one. "Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take." Have you heard this, Samantha? You heard this? Oh, this is a common thing? Are other people doing this? I have a question. Is that child abuse? It feels like it's a little bit of child abuse. You know, I go to bed thinking that my soul would be snatched away by a divine being in the sky. I don't know. I went to bed feeling calm and restful and peaceful, but when I think about it now with my adult ears, when I think about it now with my adult brain, I think to myself, how are you going to tell children that before bed? If I should die before I wake. What kind of an 18th century lullaby is this? Where did my mom learn this? I don't know. Every few weeks, my mom would deliberately, on purpose, and with force, give me diarrhea. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I bet you, Sam, I bet your mom never did this to you. She might have sang that terrible lullaby to you, that wartime lullaby. I don't know what. I feel like that lullaby was created when they had the plague or something. But every few weeks, my mom would, on purpose, deliberately give me diarrhea. Just heavy diarrhea, like just evacuate my bowels. She'd give me this medicine. She called it medicine. She called it bitters, okay? I was too young to question my mother. "Mother, what is in this thing? What is in this medicine you call here bitters? I'd like to know the ingredients and its active components," right? I don't know how it's going to... I don't know what this thing was. I can tell you now what it is. I just know it's called bitters. And it's this black drink. It tasted disgusting. And I had to drink it. But you had the time when you drank this thing, because you couldn't just drink it and go to school, because within a few hours, you'd have severe diarrhea. Hey, you don't shake your head, okay? This is true. This happened to me, all right? Happened to me, happened to my brother, okay? And I'm wondering today, was that child abuse? Was that child abuse? It feels like it was a tiny bit child abuse, okay? She gave me diarrhea on purpose. You white people out there, okay? Did your parents do this to you? Huh? Is this the black thing? Anyway, you just look back at the lens and you wonder, the things that your parents did, was that all right? My mom made me do this thing, and I say it in my events and talking to a group of people. And the first time I said it, the reaction I got from the room, I was like a little surprised by it, because I was really proud about this. I was really proud about this thing my mom used to do to me. And hang on, very proud of what she did. I was very happy, so I told it in this very happy way, and people looked at me like, "Huh, what? What?" My mom used to make me go to school sick. Now, let me qualify that a bit, okay? As a kid, I always complained about being sick. 99% of the time I wasn't sick. I just didn't want to go to school. And my mom's not a dummy. She knows she got to get me to school. And it wasn't just that I wasn't lying about being sick. I actually felt sick, but I was always kind of just generally sick. I still am these days. I just have this malaise in my body. I think it's fibromyalgia, but people tell me that's invented, so who knows? And I'd wake up and I go, "Mom, I can't go to school today. I can't go to school today. I can't go to school today." And Mom goes, and one day she said, "You know what, Peter? This is what you do. You wake up, you get dressed, you get ready, you go to school. And once you get to school and you stay there just a little bit, if you still feel sick, then you can come home. It's fine." Right? Because I'd be asking her, "Hey, can you sign a note? Can you write me a note, please? Can you get me out of school, please?" She's like, "I'll write you the note." So she'd write the note, and then I'd go to school with this note just in case I had to leave, and then I'd pull it out and say, "Oh, I'm not feeling well. My mom says I should go home." And that taught me something really good. It taught me to not be a slave to how I feel in my body, that I was the boss, that I had willpower, and that I could overcome even the malaise that I felt in my body. And it was surprising. Most of the time I'd get to school, and after about half an hour, I'd feel fine. And I'd be happy that I was at school, right? But I think about it this day. And I think about my past. And I told this story to a group of people, and they were like, what? Your mom sent you to school sick? How could she do something like that? And I think to myself, yeah, how could she do something like that? Was that child abuse? Was that child abuse? I think we can all accept these are all borderline child abuse, but we all could use a little bit of child abuse, I think. Just a tiny bit. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. If there's one thing you white people can learn from black communities, it's to just abuse your children just a little bit. Just a little bit when they're young. A little bit. With love and compassion and caring, just like my mother did. She's not a monster, but just do things that are on the line where people, it's not technically illegal. Leaves a lasting impression. Thank you so much, Mom, for everything. And thank you to everybody else. Happy New Year to everybody. And good morning. Good morning. Happy New Year. I've been having a lot of fun. I'm going to be doing this more and more with you folks. And as long as you're having fun, please let me know. I'm going to participate some more. What, you got something?
No, I'm just going to come say Happy New Year.
Okay, come on.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Thank you so much for watching. It's been fun. It's been a good year. Are you on your tippy toes?
Yeah.
You cheater. Okay, let me go down so it doesn't feel so weird. There we go. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye, everybody.
Mwah.
Thanks for watching.
Mwah.
Thank you, everybody.
We love you.
We miss you.
And we'll be back very, very shortly.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
If the aliens don't show up.
Oh, goodness.
Every day, more news about aliens. I'm so afraid. I'm more afraid about aliens than COVID. Okay. Goodbye. Have a nice night. Goodbye. If you really like Bad Guru Nightly, thank you so much for watching. We'll be on again. Make sure to subscribe over on Facebook and YouTube so you never miss another episode. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.